Hello, it's Becca again. Welcome back to my little homestead here at Becca's by the Bay. Tonight I wanted to go over a different aspect of our prepper pantry. I'm gluten-free because of my celiac. Waylon, my husband, has some gut issues as well. We both are blood type B positive. So we try to follow the Eat Right for Your Blood Type diet by Dr. Peter D'Adamo and combine that with gluten-free and all that. So I'm going to show you guys what I stock up in my pantry, and maybe this will help somebody else out there who's gluten-free and looking to figure out what you can stock up on. One item I don't have that I just remembered the other day from watching somebody else's pepper pantry was the Lundenburg Aborio gluten-free rices that are flavored. Like they've got like garlic primavera and alfredo, and it's a risotto rice that you can purchase. And I need to check when I'm at the store next time if they have those here because I don't remember. And I thought the price was a little high on Amazon. If you haven't noticed, the prices have been going up. Also Germany, if you're a shopper with Aldi's and stuff like that, Germany is increasing their prices almost up to 50% as of today, I believe, is what's happening. So prices have been going up everywhere. So we're going to get into our gluten-free pantry and show you guys what I stock up on. Everything I make is usually from scratch, but with the times that they are, it's really important to try and find as many packaged and dried goods or goods that you can store up for a longer period of time. So, I think I went over it in another video, but I do buy our gluten-free oats in bulk, and I put them in our freezer for 72 hours first, let them thaw out, and then I just store them either in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, or I have several of these large half-gallon mason jars. So these are great to make an oat flour. You can grind them up and make an oat flour and make a bread. You can make muffins, granola bars. There's a recipe. I haven't posted it yet on my YouTube channel for date nut bars. That would be another good one I want to put up there for people. But there's a lot of good things that you can do with oats besides just making oatmeal in the morning. Another one is, I can't grab it, it's heavy. Walmart has 20 pounds of long grain white rice for like $8.98, I think it is. I don't know if every time I go to the store, I don't see the 20 pounds, so I've been ordering it online at Walmart and having it delivered. So again, you put that in your freezer for 3 days, let it thaw out, and then store it in a good container, however you want to do that. This is great for feeding, stretching out meals, stretching out meat, making Asian dishes and things like that, or just we have a puppy and we have chickens, so you can also cook up rice for them. We do worm composting as well, so we have a vermicomposter. I like to cook up white rice or Asian white rice pasta for them on occasion. So there's that. I don't like having sugar in my diet, but if I'm going to have sugar in my diet, we get the pure cane sugar. I use this for making kombucha. I really don't use it for anything else. I guess in an emergency, if I had to have some sugar, I'm probably going to have this sugar if I can. I do stock the coconut sugar. I have a lot of it already, and I haven't bought any more because I haven't been using it. I've been buying the Great Value Splenda version, so I've been doing a lot of sugar-free right now. I was doing keto for a while, but you can choose whatever your favorite sugar is or sweetener. I also have raw honey, which I didn't grab, but I stock raw honey as well. I use that in our teas. I use that I have a recipe for making your own elderberry syrup and our own cough syrup. So check that out on my YouTube channel. And for sweeteners for like pancakes and stuff like that, I do like to get the pure maple syrup. Now they have a smaller jug, which actually was a better buy recently. So I've been buying the smaller jugs. This one is 32 ounces. I think I've been getting, what is it, maybe 16 ounces or something like that. They were a really good deal and cheaper by the ounce, so I've been getting the smaller ones. So I like to stock pure maple syrup. And the other thing I've been stocking for like drink mixes, I think this is something sometimes we forget. It gets hot here in South Texas, so we're drinking all the time, and I am not a big water drinker. As far as I like water, but like I don't like plain water as much as I used to. I don't know what happened to me. But I have found these at the store. It's the Zero Sugar Country Time. I wish they had these in like a bulk, bigger container, but they just have them in the to-go packets. So these have been at the dollar stores as well. So I've been stocking up on the Zero Sugar Country Time. I've been getting to have some electrolytes on hand. I stock up on the Zero Gatorade. This also doesn't come in a bigger bulk version. It only comes in the to-go packets, but so that's what I've been stocking up on. We do get some Crystal Light. And the other one I liked was they have Propel, which I guess is a Gatorade brand as well, that has electrolytes. It has some really fun flavors like kiwi strawberry, which I tried today. I really like. I like the lemonades. The kiwi strawberry was really good. I've got the berry, and they've got a raspberry lemonade. I love raspberry lemonade. Don't know. Just can't keep me away from those raspberry lemonades. They're so good. And I have this from a while back. I had stocked up on this during the pandemic. I just haven't been drinking it as much, but if I needed it, I have a bunch of it on hand. It's just the regular Country Time pink lemonade. Walmart and H-E-B carry it. I'm not sure what the price is right now. I think these used to be around $5. So I don't know what the price is right now currently. I haven't bought it in a while. So I have several of those. So gluten-free, and I try to go as natural as possible. If we don't have fresh limes or lemons, which we have a Mylar lemon and a key lime tree, I usually buy the real lemon and the real lime. And they do have to be refrigerated when you open them up. So I don't know if they still sell smaller bottles. That would be a good option maybe. And what do I use these for? Well, you can use these in your milk for making a buttermilk. If you're trying to make like buttermilk biscuits or buttermilk pancakes and you don't have buttermilk on hand, you can just add a teaspoon to a cup of whatever milk you're using, and it will sour it up a little bit like a buttermilk. So those are always good. They're good for other things. For like jams or jellies, you can, and tea, I put them in my tea. I'm trying to think of what else I use them for. I can't think of anything else right now. Put them in the comments below if you guys use them for other stuff. I can't remember. This was something I've been able to find at Walmart. It is the Red Boat fish sauce. This, I think last time I bought a bottle, it was about $8, which wasn't too bad. I'm allergic to soy, and so not only am I gluten-free, I try to stay soy-free because I swell up and have a lot of inflammation from it, is what happens. I get really puffy and swollen over my whole body. So this is my substitute for Worcestershire sauce. Whenever I'm doing a chowder or I make like a turkey pot pie, put it in our turkey pot pies. Sometimes I'll put a little dash in our beef stew. It has a really good flavor and you don't need much, just like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon for a big pot is all you need. It lasts a really long time and it's really good stuff. This stuff I get at Walmart, and I think it's a pretty good price. It's called May Ploy. It is sweet chili sauce. So I like that with like my seafood. It's in the condiments aisle. I like that. It's kind of like a sweet and sour sauce, and it's gluten free, and it's really good for your Asian dishes that have fish in them, or if you do chicken, it would make like a really good dipping sauce for like chicken nuggets and things like that. I just like it. I just like it with my veggies, my rice, and my seafood. So I'll do stuff like that. Or I'll make like, I've made roll-ups that were a seaweed wrap roll-up with a raw veggie like thing, and you make a sauce and you dip it in it. It's so good. So I guess we're going to go on the condiment section here. So another thing I like to have, because the things that concern me the most is the grid going down due to a solar flare, an EMP, or just, whatever's going on. We have natural disasters that happen. We're in a hurricane area. and things like that. So you can make a really good quick cheesy sauce Alfredo with this. This is not a bad price. I think it was three something, maybe 350. So this was the HEB brand, and then they had the Hill Country Fare, and then I think I've got one from Walmart that was maybe $4 or so. It was a little bit more, 50 cents more, but it's a good thing to have. I like the Parmesan Romano. So you just add a little bit of butter, a little bit of this, a little bit of milk, salt, pepper, and a thickener of your choice. Potato starch, cornstarch, or whatever gluten-free flour you're using, and you have an instant cheesy sauce Alfredo for your noodles, or whatever you want to have. So you can have like a chicken spinach Alfredo, or a shrimp spinach Alfredo, or turkey Alfredo. You can do any kind of Alfredo you want. I love Alfredo. Anyway, so I like that. Or if I'm just doing the regular pasta sauces, I'll put that on top too. So those are all gluten-free. We'll just grab, we're actually really low on salsa. Cheddar cheese in the mornings, or on tacos. We do a lot of tacos. I love salsa. Another thing, this was from the, these are great. These have the best flavor. I've bought the I'm still eating on these. I don't like them. They're from Walmart. I don't like Mario's. They just have like a tin flavor to them, even if they're a brand new can. And I've bought the ones from Natural Grocers, and these tasted as good, if not better, than the Natural Grocers brand. And these, I think they're closer to $3 a can right now. These are $1.25. I think these were two something when I bought them, but the price has gone up. So olives are a good thing and a healthy fat to stock up on. They're great in your salads. I think I went over the whole pasta thing. But these are from the Dollar Tree as well. You can store your pasta in here. So I get the tinkyata or whatever gluten-free pasta you like. I like the brown rice pasta. And I've never had an issue storing this long term. So I've always stored the brown rice pasta or the white rice pastas probably for 5 years or more. These are brand new because we've eaten them all. So I've just got probably about a 2 year supply that I stocked up on. But I've had them for like over 5 years and they are perfectly fine. So they store really well. And this one I've had a hard time finding. Is the Barilla chickpea rotini, or they have a Barilla chickpea pasta that is gluten free as well. I just combined the two that I had left over, but I like that one. It's a high protein pasta. It's a little bit more filling than the rice, so a little really does go a long way to fill up your tummy. So I do like these if you can find them and they're not like super expensive. I think they were about $2 a box. I don't know what they're going for right now. I think a few jars of this left over. I haven't been able to find it. That's gluten free. Now, I haven't bought cereal in a long time, and so I was looking at the Honey Nut Cheerios, and I thought it'd be good just to have something quick on hand, maybe to just munch on for a snack. Sometimes I just feel like I have a lot of anxiety sometimes, and my stomach's upset, and so I have trouble eating. And so I like things that are calming on my stomach. And so this was made with the oats, and so we tried some of that out. Waylon liked it. I liked it. So I think we're going to probably add a little bit more to our pantry, and thought it wasn't too bad a price. It was $3.50. Although I do believe the boxes are smaller. So if you've seen videos out there about shrinkflation, how the prices are the same, but the boxes and containers are smaller and the net weight is smaller, that is a real thing that's happening. So that you're not sticker shocked when you're checking out. So you're like, oh, I'm still buying this. And then you're like, this doesn't seem as big as it used to be. Because it's not. So, FYI. And this is something I haven't bought in a while. I totally forgot about it. Is the Lara Bars. I love the Lara Bars, and they're not a bad price when you get. I think I ordered these from Walmart, and it was like maybe 12 bars for $10. Or no, I picked these up at HEB. It was like $10 for 12 bars, so that was less than $1 a bar. And these are the lemon ones. They have a blueberry muffin one that I love, so I'd like to get that one. And there's like a almond butter chocolate chip one. That one's so good. So good. So anyway, those are good to have on hand for a quick snack. Moving on to our gluten-free snackies that we have. This is, I don't know if it's available in any stores that you're at. This is the Inca Chips. They're plantain chips. I get them at Natural Grocers. I'm sure they're at Whole Foods. I'm not sure if they're available anywhere else. I'm sure they're available on Amazon. Not sure of the pricing. They did have a sale a while back, and I think I got these for about $1.60-ish each. I think they go for about $2 to $2.50 each a packet. So when they've gone on sale, I've stocked up on them. So these are great with just some cheese. They're kind of like a little crispy cracker. I like them. They're pretty good. And they have a little bit. These are the sweet ones. They have some that have like a little bit of cayenne and chili pepper to them. Those are good too. And so some of the soups I like to have on hand is the rice ramens. These are really good by Lotus Foods. My favorite are the jade pearl and the millet and brown rice. And I think they had another one, but they've been out of it every time I go. So these are the two that I stocked up on. So I have a bunch of those. They heat up really quickly. And try and grab condiments. Condiments. So we don't go through that many condiments here, honestly, other than like mayonnaise. And I usually make our mayonnaise from scratch. I got really spoiled with the Sir Kensington. Had like a really good deal on Amazon for a while. I think it was like 2 of these for $8. And they're 12 ounces and just a little quick squirt. Waylon has trouble with raw eggs. I don't, so I try to keep some mayonnaise on hand for him. And so that one's I really like the Sir Kensington. And we just have some spicy brown mustard that I usually use in making our own mayonnaise. I put a squirt of that in there. And just classic French's. These are all gluten-free. Now, I thought, he said he's tried this. I don't know that I've ever tried this, but I heard Duke's is a good mayonnaise. So he said he wanted Duke's, so I picked up some Duke's. These were $3.13, not a bad price. So I picked up a couple of those up for him. And since I try to stay away from high fructose corn syrup because that bothers me and I will have inflammation and swelling really bad, HEB makes their own high fructose free or no high fructose corn. There's no corn syrup in this one. So this is their ketchup, and I just like it a little bit. Like I'll make like a barbecue sauce, or I'll make this with our meatloaf, or just with some hot dogs and things like that. A little bit of ketchup and mustard. Yum, yum, yum. This I haven't seen. Haven't seen it in a while. It's called Hey Pickle Sweet Relish. This one's all natural and gluten-free, and HEB is where I usually find it. I've really struggled finding it. I don't have many left. So another option was to get this Breckenridge Sweet Relish. This is at the Dollar Tree, so it's pretty good. This is only $1.25. This one I think was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 something. So I've canned up probably 20 something pints of sweet relish from our garden from growing our own cucumbers. So I'm stocked up on relish really good. But if you're looking for a gluten-free relish, check out your Dollar Tree. Really good price. And I have tons of pickles. We don't eat as many pickles as I thought I would. So this is something I probably will not stock up on like I have. But I love the Hey Pickle dill pickles. And we have tons of pickles that I made from last season. There's no way we can eat them all. But they are delicious and they're good to have in your pantry. And they're gluten free. So, alright, I'm going to try to move on to the meat section. And then move on to another section from there. So Did I grab all the meat? I'm hoping I did. So, I like to stock up on meats, canned meats. Tuna fish is still really cheap and available, and I like the one with the olive oil. So they have it in just water or the one with just olive oil. So you have to read them. There's a lot of different tuna fishes out there, and I will get the Star-Kissed EVOO. This is really nice because if you didn't have mayonnaise, it keeps it very moist and tender, and you could just eat it out of the can. They actually have some that are different flavors, like a lemon dill, which is really good to. I like to use the lemon dill in making instead of making a salmon patty, I make like a tuna patty with a little bit of einkorn flour, an egg, salt and pepper, and I'll just fry it up in the pan and put like a little bit of mayonnaise and relish on it, and I have a tuna patty to eat. Kind of like a little quick crab cake or like a quick salmon patty. I don't know. So I'll use it with the tuna fish sometimes, and it's really tasty. This was really hard to find. Was the turkey, the Hormel canned turkey. This is gluten free as well. If you find it, grab it. I think it was $1.50 a can. When I was picking it up, and it's been really, really hard to find. So I did find a case of it on Amazon. So I picked up 2 cases recently. I forget what I paid. I think I paid $18 or less. $15 to $18 for a 12 pack is what I paid. But these were $1.50 at the store. Another thing I like to stock up on is the Star-Kissed wild salmon. Again, it's under $2 a can. Still a really good price. I make the salmon patties. I'll make salmon and rice and veggies. Waylon likes corned beef. So this one's the Chestnut Hill corned beef. This is also gluten free. I did not see any gluten in any of this. That's why I'm showing you guys. I don't like Spam. He doesn't like Spam. I've eaten Spam in my life. I'd actually rather eat the corned beef. I thought this was tastier, so we spent our money on the corned beef. The other thing I found that we tried that we liked was the canned Great Value roast beef. Sometimes it's hard to find. I don't know if they're putting less in here. It sounds a little more watery to me. But it is a beef broth that's in here. You can add it to your rice, add some veggies, and you have an instant dinner for everybody. So that's a good one. I make my own jellies, so I don't have any jellies to show from the store. Sorry. But I think there are gluten-free jellies out there and jams. Can't think of the brand. Comes in a glass jar. That one's kind of pricey though, so I started making my own jams and jellies. So I've got strawberry and blueberry jam that's homemade, and we stocked up on some cashew butter from Sprouts and almond butter from Sprouts. We're both allergic to peanuts, so we don't do legumes and lentils. So that's not something you're gonna find in my pantry. So we did the nut butters. Although somebody did gift us some chickpeas, which I sort of do okay with sometimes. They're gluten free, so it's a good alternative if you want to stock it in your pantry and add it and make some meals. You can make some hummus out of this. You can make a lot of things out of chickpeas. There's a lot of great recipes. Just isn't the best on my tummy, so it's not something I eat too often. This I have not tried. I've been so busy and I can only can so much, and finding canning supplies is difficult sometimes. So I just grabbed some cut sweet potatoes I have on hand. We're trying to grow some sweet potatoes this season, and we have three different varieties of potatoes we're growing in our garden. So that should hold us over. So I just grabbed a few of these to have on hand. Maybe I'll just drain it because it had like a sweet syrup. I don't know. I've never eaten these. There's no gluten. It's just sweet potatoes, water, and cane sugar. So check them because I think there was one that had maybe something else in it. This one didn't have anything, so this one was gluten free. try to keep our pantry pretty simple. And I didn't grab the carrots, but I grab, HEB has the sliced carrots that I like that are canned, and I canned up a bunch of carrots from our garden, so I have a bunch of that. These little diced potatoes are really nice to have on hand to make like quick hash browns, with some eggs, or you could have hash browns with your oatmeal, hash browns with your granola. I don't know. They're really, we like to do a lot of outdoor cooking anyway, so these are really quick to cook up. So I like having, I thought that was a good option to have with some carrots and potatoes. I don't have a ton of fruit. Let me see. Somebody gave us hearts of palm, and I know there's like a spinach recipe I made, tuna spinach something with hearts of palm, and I need to find that recipe because it was really good. It was something that you spread on toast or crackers, and it was really yummy. So I need to find that recipe. If you know what else hearts of palm would be good with, let me know. This is another item that is gluten-free. Pumpkin's always good to have on hand. You can make pumpkin muffins, you can make pumpkin pancakes, you can make pumpkin waffles, you can make pumpkin pie. Whenever. Doesn't have to be the holidays. Pumpkin is so good for you and very nutritious. So we do keep some canned pumpkin on hand. Make like a pumpkin cake too. Yummy. So I do have some of this. Let's see, double checking. Yeah. So I don't carry a whole lot of fruit, but we do have like the fruit cocktail. I remember eating it as a kid with my grandma all the time. Sometimes she put it in Jello, and she made like those little Jello bun cake Jellos with the fruit cocktail on them. They were so fun. I remember always eating fruit cocktail with my grandma as a kid. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to have a little fruit cocktail. The other fruit I like to have on hand is pineapple chunks. Pineapples are just a really, really great fruit to have on hand. They help with digestion. They've got those pine enzymes and stuff and all that. But I will make, and I don't remember, I don't know if I did a video yet, but I do make a sweet and sour hot dog, and then pour it over rice. So it's got onions, peppers, pineapple, and is so good. So filling, so yummy. So I will post that recipe. I think I have it in my Facebook page. It's called Low Budget Vintage Recipes. I think I posted it there. I haven't made a video yet. I would totally not add sugar to that recipe, even though the recipe said to add sugar. I did it, and I felt like it was a little too sweet because I don't put that much sugar in my diet. I think it'd be fine just with the pineapple and the pineapple juice. So that's what I use that for. Yummy. So you can make like a whole meal. Like I said, I love Asian food. I am all about the bamboo shoots if I can find them cheap. I think Walmart has them for $1. HEB had them for like two something, like almost $3 for a little can. Crazy. So if you can find them at Walmart, great price, $1. And this was kind of a splurge. I haven't seen these for $1 anywhere. They're the water chestnuts. If you see water chestnuts anywhere, let me know. I just grabbed a couple of cans. I think they were $2.50 something each, so I probably just grabbed like 3 of them to have on hand. I do like them, but I wish they were $1. So I usually just do like a quick stir fry that'll have like ginger, garlic, and coconut aminos. So the other things, most of the stuff is not like pre-made stuff. So most of my canned stuff is stuff to make stuff with. So I have like diced tomatoes. I have tomato paste. The tomato paste is great in chili to help thicken it up and give it good flavor. You can make pizza sauce by just adding 1 can of tomato paste, 1 can of water, and however many Italian spices you like, either just oregano and basil, or the actual Italian seasonings spice mix. Diced tomatoes. Let me know what you're using diced tomatoes for, because I think I bought way too many, and I thought I'd be making more like chilies and things like that, and somehow I'm just like at a loss lately. I'm just like, what do I do with these things? I'm like, I don't reach for them enough, and I need to look up some recipes of what I can make with these, because I was thinking I need to maybe look up Spanish rice or something, and make some Spanish rice with that. I need to get my recipes in order. So there's that. This I picked up too recently because I remember having it on our shelves all the time, evaporated milk. I cannot remember what we used this for, and I need to Google recipes for it. So if you know what we were using this for, I really don't remember. I think somebody said just like a coffee creamer. I think people make fudge out of it maybe, or is that the other one? There's like condensed milk and evaporated milk. What happened? We just lost. Just lost. There we go. So if you have recipes that are gluten-free for evaporated milk, let me know what you're using it for, because I don't remember. But I picked some up to have on hand. I don't know why. It's like a default. Okay, so I was looking at gluten-free packaged soups that would be quick and easy for Waylon to have and I to have besides just these ramen that I found. And so Progresso makes some gluten-free soups. And he really liked this one. It's the beef pot roast with country vegetables. I know they've like shortened their selection of what they have and what they make. I really like the New England clam chowder. It's not safe to home can a milk chowder, and I thought this was pretty tasty. They do make a Manhattan chowder, which I made my own and put up a recipe on my YouTube channel, but I haven't been able to find the Manhattan chowder in the last week. It's completely sold out, I think, everywhere. I haven't seen it anywhere. So anyway, I was looking for that one too, because I'm really limited on my soup choices that are gluten-free. There was another one. Did I grab it? I'm gonna go grab it real quick. Found a couple other things. Okay, so yes, I was talking about the Bonnet Maman, the little glass jars that are like this that have the preserves. It was a while back I found a fig preserve one, but I used to get the blueberry ones. They're really good, and you get to keep the jars. They're so cute. I love them. That one's gluten free, and this is the other one I had grabbed. It's called Simply Fruit by Smuckers. I don't know if this is available. I haven't seen it in a while. The blueberry, so I grabbed that one for some jellies. And this one is Campbell's. Yeah, well, it says well yes tomato sweet basil. So this is a nice creamy tomato basil soup to have like grilled cheese with. Make it like a gluten-free bread and grilled cheese and tomato. The other thing I've done with this to doctor this up a little bit, it's good all on its own. But if you get the mozzarella cheese sticks and slice them, it's like SpaghettiOs. So no noodles, but you slice up the mozzarella sticks, and it's like a little cheesy noodle in there. And you can make meatballs and make them gluten free and pop them in there. A couple of meatballs with the cheese mozzarella sticks. I'm telling you, that is a meal that is so filling, so good. The price of these used to be under $2. I believe they're $2.25 right now. I'm not sure if they're more than that. Last time I bought these, they were $2.25, and I was like, ouch. But it's the only other soup that I really like that's gluten free that I can have in our pantry. There's a couple other items I like to stock that are gluten free. Just pimentos. I make a mean tuna noodle casserole from the Plaid cookbook, and I believe there's some recipes online. So I just throw this whole thing in a big old gluten-free noodle tuna casserole, and it's absolutely delicious. I don't know what else I would use that for, but that's the only recipe I know I use it for. So if you use it for something else, let me know. And HEB carries this beef broth. So I have that on hand for some different things. Haven't used it a whole lot. If I'm making a big soup with a lot of fresh veggies from the garden, I've done that. I've made some beef stew that way too. I haven't reached for it that often though, because it doesn't have as much flavor as the concentrated beef bouillon that I get from natural grocers. So let me know, but I know there's a better than bouillon out there that's gluten free. It does have potato starch in it. So if there's another one that you can think of besides the better than bouillon or the one from natural grocers, let me know below. Because most of them usually have preservatives or other junk in it that I can't eat. So we usually go for the beef. They have chicken, I think, and vegetable. We're just kind of a beef family because of our blood type. We do better with the beef. So you won't see chicken in my pantry either. And then the other thing I've got here is I usually stock up on clam juice. So when I make a big batch of chowder, either Manhattan chowder or my New England clam chowder, I'll use my clam juice. Now, if I don't have clams in stock because of the price of them, or oysters, sometimes I've done oysters, I usually will just grab whatever fresh fish I have and maybe like a can of tuna fish, and I'll just make like a fish chowder. And so I try to make it a little bit more affordable that way sometimes. So there's that. And then you cannot have enough molasses. So this was $20.29. I bought this not too long ago. It is, I think, a whole gallon. Waylon uses it in our bokashi. We make our organic fertilizer for the plants in the garden. And this is really good for just, it's got a lot of vitamins. So, like, you could put a little bit in your coffee. You can make some gluten-free ginger snaps. You can make gluten-free gingerbread. Um, Sometimes we just sprinkle a little on our ice cream or in like some milk. It's just really good. I feel like I get a little bit of an energy boost when I put a little bit of molasses in like a milk or something like that. And then this was a good price. I picked up the Kavala organic coconut aminos. It was last I bought it. It was, I'm trying to put the prices on stuff. $37.18. This will last me at least a year, maybe a little longer, but at least a year a gallon will last me. And the little bottles are kind of expensive. They're, I was at the store the other day. I think they were like over $10 for a little 5-ounce bottle. So I've got, what is it, like 120 ounces for $37. So I love this in all my stir fry Asian stuff. I make little dips and sauces and stuff. And I love that stuff. So that's a staple in our pantry. So let's see. I think I touched on all my gluten-free stuff. If you've seen my other pantry tour, I've gone over our baking. I've gone over our spices. There aren't too many spice mixes that I purchase because of the other added ingredients. I think the only thing I get that's like a spice mix is the Italian seasoning and the chastries. I'll use chastries spice seasoning in sour cream with a little bit of garlic powder, and I'll make like a dip for our veggies. So like that's my dip. I'll put like either garlic and dill or garlic and chastries and some sour cream, and that's my veggie dip. It's really simple. It's gluten free. The other seasoning I like to use is the Tahin seasoning. It's a Mexican seasoning that people usually put on their fruit, but I don't like it on fruit. I actually will use it in our tacos. So when I'm making tacos, I'll stir up our turkey or our beef, and I'll sprinkle chili powder. I'll sprinkle cumin and garlic, salt and pepper, and the Tahin seasoning, and that's it with the chili powder. And that is just a simple, quick taco meat that you can just spice up your meat that way. Put it on a tortilla, gluten-free tortilla, and some sour cream, tomatoes, cilantro. So good. I think that's it. So that is my pantry, my gluten-free pantry. How I'm stocking things, what we like to eat. I'd love to know what you guys are finding for gluten-free products that you're stocking in your pantry, or you might like to eat. Some things I forget. I mean, it's been a while. I I do so much stuff from scratch, and we keep our meals really simple, so it makes my pantry, I feel, a little bit easier to stay organized. Is, we have, certain things that we just always kind of eat and make different meals from. But I love seeing what other people are cooking up or what they're doing, or maybe something that they're making or a recipe that they could share. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me so much in my home tonight. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And prayers to everybody with everything that's going on. If you can, just stock up and get a few items each week. Just get either 5 to 10 extra items if you can, and that'll make a big difference in you being able to have food up in your pantry in case of an emergency, for whatever the emergency comes up that might be, because they happen. So stay safe, God bless, and we'll see you next time.